Hello and welcome to my very first video log, MD to RN. MD to RN is a play on my name, Melissa Del Beato, those are my initials, to RN, registered nurse. So that's where the name came from. And some goals I have for creating these video logs. The number one goal is for myself. I personally want to document my journey throughout nursing school from the time I do my prerequisites until the time I take my NCLEX and hopefully finish and become a registered nurse. Beyond that, I don't know if I will continue making videos, but for now, this is what I want to document and have for myself. The number two reason is that I would like to share what my process and what I have done with others. Some might be on the same journey or might be curious. And so if you are one of those people, welcome to my channel. And I'm excited for us to begin. So to start off with, I'd like to let you know some background on myself. Right now I'm 34, I'll be 35 in September. And my education, I already have 2 degrees. I have a Bachelor of Arts in French and a Master of Science in Management Information Systems. Currently, I'm not using either of those degrees actively in my work, but I hope, as with my nursing degree, that I will be using that, of course, actively. So I'm looking forward to that. The work I do right now is I work from home. I'm a virtual assistant. So that's basically like an executive assistant, which is kind of like a secretary, sort of. And I do that virtually, online for others. So helping schedule meetings and travel and stuff like that. While I do enjoy the work, it's not fulfilling for me. And one of the reasons why I chose nursing is because I have always tried to look for a profession that's helping others. And everything I've tried or thought of has not panned out. The secretarial work is great and it is helpful, but it's not, for me personally, helpful enough. I'd like to help more at a deeper level. In the past, for degrees, I had looked into social work and also teaching. And neither of those two things, each of them had different things about them that wasn't going to work perfectly in my life, at least. They are great professions, and I do recommend those to others. But for me and what I needed, it wasn't going to work for me. So some of the things I wanted to get out of nursing were job fulfillment, because I like to help others. And I also, one of the biggest reasons I chose nursing is I want to take care of my parents when they get older, if they want me to. And I know that a lot of us may not have the expertise or knowledge to take care or to know what's right or wrong in that type of setting. So even if I'm not hands-on taking care of my parents, although I could be, I would like to know in my mind what is right and what is wrong, signs to look for, so that I can make sure that they are taken care of. So that's a very big reason why I chose this profession. Another reason is job security and financial security. I had recently been in a situation for the last couple of years that have been a little bit tight for me financially. So I feel like, becoming a nurse will at least offer me more of security and more security in that area. And the last thing is, which is actually kind of a big thing, but varying work schedules and job locations and type of work. So nursing offers many different types of job schedules. Like you can work 3 12-hour days and have 4 days off. Or you can work at an office 8 to 5 every day with the holidays off and stuff like that. Also, you can do travel nursing and make quite a bit of money, more than you would if you were staying, at your home hospital in your home city. And that's very interesting. And also, you don't have to work in bedside nursing. There's other areas of nursing like education. I could teach, help educate people with nursing. And there's different areas you can go into. So if I don't like one, I could switch to another. I really enjoy that. And also there is a way to work your way up to higher levels. So those are some of the main reasons why I chose nursing. Some of the things I was looking for in a nursing program, the number one thing I was looking for is that it was affordable. I have a lot of undergraduate loans from my master's degree mainly. It was a private institution, and I took out loans to get my degree, and it's a lot. So I needed to make sure where I go now, if I'm going back to school again, that I wanted it to be affordable. So that means that I have devoted myself to not taking out any more loans and to be able to pay out of pocket for whatever schooling I have. So I don't have to worry about this last degree possibly not working or something like that, like my other degrees, even though I don't see that happening with nursing. I just wanted to make sure that it was affordable for me. And another thing that was pretty major I was looking for is to make sure there was night and weekend classes or some sort of part-time flexibility. Because I work full-time, I wanted to make sure that I had time that I was able to work as well. I cannot stop working. My bills right now and me supporting myself, I need to work full-time. Absolutely. There's no questions about that. So those are some of the things I looked for when I was looking for a school. What I found was there's not a lot of night and weekend programs, and if there are some, which there are some available, but they are not affordable at all. So the program I'm looking into, I think out of pocket will cost me between, by the time I'm done with just like tuition, I think between 3,000 and 5,000, and that's for an associate's at Valencia College. But these other programs, it was like upwards of like 40 or 50,000, and that was just not doable for me. So that's what I was looking for in schools, and I ended up choosing Valencia College for that reason, for those reasons, the affordability reasons, and they did offer nighttime and weekend classes as well. Some of the steps I took to begin my journey of applying, or how do you even start? So first you want to go to the website and look to see what their requirements are. Since my bachelor's degree was a Bachelor of Arts, I did not have a lot of science or math courses. So those were things that I still needed to get in order to even apply to these programs to be accepted. So some of the classes for me personally included microbiology. I had to retake Biology 1 because they weren't sure if there was a lab included in that and or if it was good enough. So I just decided to just retake it. Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2, Human Nutrition with a diet therapy added on, and I think I said microbiology already. Yes, I did. And one of the last classes, statistics. Statistics was also another very big one that I took. So I took all my prereqs, finished them, and then I applied. I finished my prereqs in December of 2020. And as like the week or two after that, I took my TEAS exam. A TEAS exam is an entrance exam to nursing school. A lot of nursing schools require this exam. It's kind of like an ACT or an SAT, but this test is to get into nursing school. So it's focused primarily on science and math, but there was definitely reading on there as well. So you take your TEAS exam, and then I got my results for that. They were good, and I sent my application into Valencia in December of last year. I had not heard anything about being admitted besides that I had got put on a wait list. At Valencia College, it's a very high demand program with a lot of students wanting to enter it because of the affordability. So because of that, there's often a long wait, and that's definitely at least a couple, 2-3 semesters wait. So in the meantime, I took a few extra classes I did not need for Valencia, but decided they might be helpful to me, such as chemistry and medical terminology. While I don't really particularly care for chemistry, medical terminology I do think will be very helpful for me in nursing. There's a lot of terms that could even go beyond nursing that are helpful in that class. So after I applied, I waited, took a couple classes, tried to get everything in order, and finally, about 2 weeks ago, so now it's July 7th, so it's about a week or two ago, I heard from Valencia, and they offered me a seat in the daytime program for fall of 2021, so this year. And so I was very excited for that because that means I'm finally starting on my journey. So I've heard that the options are you can go full-time during the day or you can choose part-time. And the choice is yours, supposedly. So I'll find out more in orientation on Friday and probably report back on that. But my plan, what I would like to do is go full-time, and what that includes is 3 semesters of work, and then I will have my associate's degree and I can sit for the NCLEX exam and take it and hopefully pass. If you don't do the full-time, the part-time program is 5 semesters, which would mean I would graduate in spring of 2023. And that is just a little too far out there for me. I need to get going since I am a little bit older. I want to get my life going on the right path. I want to get my financials in order, and I really would like to push hard to do the 3 semesters. That's going to be very hard while working full-time, I've been told, but we shall see. I will document it together with you guys. So after being admitted, now they sent us an email saying that we will have a mandatory virtual orientation, and that will be this Friday. So after that after that meeting, I will know more about what my next steps are. Some of the next steps, I believe, are submitting a background check, doing a drug screening, and submitting your vaccination records or getting more vaccinations if you need them, depending on what you've had or not. Also, some things I'm sure they'll talk about is getting scrubs or getting your proper uniforms and getting your proper gear that you'll need, like stethoscopes, possibly goggles. But after Friday's meeting, I'll try to make a follow-up to this so that you can know more about what I learned. So after the orientation, that's pretty much it. That's all I know for now. I'm excited to start. One thing I'm the most nervous about is knowing how it's going to work when I work full-time and fitting school in. It might be kind of interesting, and so I'm the most nervous about that. I know a lot of others have said nursing school is really rough, and that does make me a bit nervous, but not as nervous as thinking, because I know I can handle a lot usually, but it makes me more nervous to think that since I need the money right now, I can't stop working, that if something came between that or made it very difficult, it might be hard for me to continue on. So what was what is your biggest fear about entering nursing school if you're a student looking to enter? Or what was your biggest fear if you can remember back that far? I would like to know. So, let me know in the comments and I'll respond to you. Also, if you have any specific questions or want me to go over anything specific with you about anything I've said about nursing, I haven't gotten into the classes yet, but I can answer the stuff. If you have questions about applying or where to start, just write me in the comments. There's one more thing I'd like to document in this video, and that is to say, what areas do I think are the most interesting to me right now? So right now I'm at a point where I've had no experience in any of the areas. I've had no clinical experience or anything. So what do I find interesting right now? As of now, I feel that the most interesting area for me is labor and delivery. And there's a couple reasons for that, but the biggest reason is that I don't feel that mothers are taken care of properly all the time. And so I feel like that's an area that could be improved. And I'd like to be in that area to help improve the quality of care that's given to mothers. And of course, babies are, obviously so sweet and so cute. So, that would just be a bonus for that area. If I didn't work in labor and delivery, I think I would like to work in the emergency department. I know that's a bit of a double-edged sword there saying that, because I hear stories of like how crazy it is, and but I feel like my mind works really fast in that I work best if I have kind of like little bursts of little emergencies to take care of and like move on to the next, kind of like that. And so in an emergency room, you don't often see patients for long-term care. They get moved to different areas. So in an emergency department, you see them for a short time and they move on. So I kind of like that aspect of that. But we shall see in the future if I change my mind. Maybe during my program I might want something else. And then by the time I'm finished, I might decide that's not for me either. So I that's another thing I want to document to see how if it changes over time. Anyways, so I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you can subscribe, and that means you can, get notifications when I make a new video. I'm not trying to make any money off this, and actually right now there's no monetization or anything like that. I'm just trying to share my video log experiences with you all. I hope you have a great week. Thanks.